if it feels like every time you hit the roads they're jammed, you're not alone. In fact, researchers say in some cases traffic levels are worse than what we saw before the pandemic. CBS 2 investigator Megan Hickey joins us. And Megan, you've learned remote work schedules might be to blame.
Right, Erica, because of those remote or hybrid work schedules brought about by the pandemic, drivers are no longer just hitting the road before or after work. If you're heading downtown this weekend, expect lots of this. Street closures due to the Chicago Marathon, extra travel time for the detours, lots of congestion. But the Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning says drivers in our area might be used to it already.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing congestion is up.
Erin Allman, executive director of CMAP, is part of the team tasked with studying when and how people get from place to place in this post-pandemic world. Ridership is down on trains about 42%, and riders are skipping the train more often on Mondays and Fridays. That's a big deal because CMAP found that if 25% of those drivers who used to take public transit before COVID use a car instead, drivers in our area will spend an extra 193,000 hours on the road each weekday. The hybrid work models brought by the pandemic have changed rush hour, but not necessarily for the better.
It really means that there isn't as big of a peak. It's that people are traveling at all hours of the day.
When it comes to the expressways, in September, the average interstate speeds were about the same as they were in 2019, but with fewer cars on the road, these cars were traveling 10 miles an hour faster in mid-2020. Researchers believe that could be responsible for the record traffic fatalities. The increased pandemic demand for consumer goods to be delivered to our front doors is also contributing to the traffic nightmares. Freight traffic is up 10 to 15% since 2019.
I think we're going to continue to see more congestion.
Which is why CMAP will be presenting their findings to their board of directors and ultimately lawmakers in our area. Allman says they're going to push to help communities become more walkable or bikeable and work with lawmakers to improve public transit and figure out how to fund it, because otherwise the gridlock will only get worse.
I think the future would be bleak if we don't make some of these adjustments.
CMAP says that sitting in traffic is also costing us money and all about $1 billion worth of lost productivity to our economy. Reporting along the Kennedy, Megan Hickey, CBS 2 investigators.